Greetings, dear viewer. If you are in a dire need for a Gladiator game, this game is for you. I assume that you watched the Gladiator movie and wish to be like him. Well, this game is exactly like that, but it's in pixel art and beautifully crafted. In this video, I should be going over every minute detail that I can. But before you get into the game, you need to know how to play the game. Of course, you can't just go head first into it. So before you doom yourself, go to the training camp. Here you should learn the basics. The two arrows down there is how you move. Go forward, left arrow. Go back, right arrow. Very simple. Next up is the basic attack. To perform it, get in close range. The basic attack is simply a jab. You might notice the numbers up there. Well, if you're running, you do more damage and it comes out a lot faster compared to the first one. The further you go back, the more damage you will deal. Very simple. The next attack is called the bottom attack. It's used against enemies who have low armor on their feet, such as low damage pants, maybe weak shoes. Next up, upper attacks. Upper attacks can be used as you can see here. You can be comboing with it simply with a normal attack as well to make you slash. Alongside that, you can change your stance using the two arrows next to each other right above the fist, right there. Use a standing up motion or a bottom motion. Then there's the jab. Using the fist, you can push your opponents away and block as well if you are on the upper attack stance. Alongside that, if you're a swordsman, here are some combos. Up, up, slash. Okay, now that you've finished your boot camp, now we can truly get into the Gladiator experience. So come with me. The first thing we're gonna do is to buy a new slave, a pugilist. Yes, a pugilist. There are three options: 25 gold, 50 gold, 100 gold. They all have different classes and different weapons. The highest one here has the most armor and most stats. That's why he's so expensive. We choose the longsword one since he's the easiest to use for beginners. But I personally like Berserker, so I'll choose the Berserker. Remember, names also have an effect. I'll show you a list right here. They give you special things, as you can see there. It's best to use this to your advantage at the beginning of the game. Alongside that, you can change your heritage from Egyptian to Roman, which might change the armors but not have much effect. Next up, allocate your skill points properly. I advise that you put it into charisma and willpower at the end game. The first stage is the ludus. For all of you who don't know what a ludus is, it's basically where you keep your gladiators or slaves back during the Roman ages. All the other gladiators you will meet here are going to be very weak and very easy. As you can see right there, he can literally not even block one attack. So you can pretty much just kick him over and he will die. After each battle, you will be able to get one thing for your gladiator. Maybe armor, maybe you improve his weapon. I choose the weapon. If you're a berserker, your weapon is literally the best thing you can upgrade. Don't waste your time on armor. They are only dealers, not tanks. After the first two battles, you're going to be taken to Hispania, which, if you didn't know, is referring to the Iberian Peninsula currently occupied by Portugal and Spain. Although that may be a bit far-fetched since the origin of the name is kind of disputed by historians. Another neat mechanic in this game is healing. Your owner will throw a healing potion on the ground if you're low on health. The healing potions can be bought pre-battle before you enter the battle. 5 is the maximum you can buy after you upgrade your owner. Yes, you upgrade your owner. Although I don't think he's your owner, I think he's your healer to be more precise. The advantage of the Berserker class is that they have long range and high damage, although their weakness is pretty much that they have no armor, next to no armor at least. Their torso is pretty much exposed, so it's best advised to at least throw something on there to increase your stat. After Hispania, you go to Gallia, and for you that don't know what this is what the Romans referred to the Western Europeans, more exactly France, Luxembourg, and Belgium. If you didn't know as well, there are also javelins you can acquire through battle. Don't bother buying them since you can literally just acquire them through battle like I mentioned by picking them up and not throwing them like I did right here. After finishing up your battles in Gallia, you'll be moving on to the next area, which is Macedonia. Now, if you don't know what Macedonia is, I think you may be living under a rock and need to get checked out. That's where Alexander the Great is from, if you didn't know. The gladiators you're going to meet in Macedonia are very hard to beat. The AI becomes smarter and their gear becomes much stronger. After you're done with your business in Macedonia, you will move to Egyptus. As said by the name, it's Egypt, of course. You can see the sand and everything, of course. Once again, your opponent will become much harder. This is the second to last arena you will be in. And of course, the final arena is the Coliseum. Here you will meet only the strongest of fighters. The arena is very large, so the opponent can run away a lot. The same applies to you. If you're low, it specifies to retreat. But I'm a berserker, so I usually just push through the damage and whatnot. Since this video is becoming longer than I expected it would be, I will show you only the last fight after this fight. In the last battle, I made sure to prepare to make sure my gladiator did not die. I did all sort of things, spread rumors about my enemy so that I can lower his stats, which is something you can do and I'll get into later. But after a harsh battle, I managed to win, and of course, something unexpected happened. The Emperor himself will call you. Yes, you a gladiator, the Emperor will call upon. He will say that you fight with the strength of many men.
What do you mean
and
by
your
that?
name, of course. I name him Dookie. He will say that those days are behind you now, and that you deserve freedom, and he will give you some farm. After mentioning your age, he will say that it's not a good future to be a gladiator. Here you will get two options. You can say that okay, I will retire, or you can say no, I'm gonna remain a gladiator, in which you will promptly fight a Praetorian guard, in which you're pretty much guaranteed to lose. But if you're such a sweat, you can do it and actually win. You'll get more fame for it. A small cinematic will play afterward that says your gladiator presumably lived in peace after he left the gladiator life. Now that we talked about the main game, let's go to the second, more important game mode. Of course, I'm talking about the Spartacus War. You will get to choose one of 4 factions, each representing a different difficulty. The Romans are the easy difficulty, since you have the entire Roman army at your disposal. Then there's the Ptolemaic kingdom, I'm pretty sure it's a dynasty. Then there's the barbaric tribes, which are the Gaul citizens. Then there's the Spartacus rebellion, the hardest difficulty. Since I'm a sane human, I choose the Roman army, since I'm not gonna put myself through hell and choose the rebellion. You will get a simple tutorial in the form of an information tab, but you won't need that since I'm here. The first thing you should do is capture the nearest city, which is where the Spartacus rebellion broke up from. You can see Spartacus himself up there, moving to the east if I'm not mistaken. Battles and fights in the main game are actually very different. As you can see here, there are 2 armies containing 10 men each, fighting each other. Battle in the Spartacus War is actually very bloody. I see that because there's like 2 units dying every single battle, but if you're smart and conservative, you will survive. Princeps, which sets your fear unit, for the Romans is actually the best from what I know. Since the game isn't that large, I wish to make this video as short as I can, so the gameplay part is left. I'll go to Spartacus himself and show you some gameplay. And here is the gameplay. Yeah, you can't die easily.
I am a Steve. I am a Steve. I am Steve. I am a Steve.